Jürgen, welcome. Can you briefly introduce yourself and Street Football World?
Okay, my name is Jürgen. I'm the founder and CEO of Street Football World, which was founded in 2002, so 10 years back. And Street Football World is a global network, or has developed a global network of local organizations that are using football as a tool for development and social change. It's currently 100 organizations, close to, in round about 60 countries, with a reach of round about 650,000 youth. The topics that the organizations are working on are quite diverse. They're working on landmine risk awareness, on HIV and AIDS awareness. They are working on social inclusion. They are working on homelessness or literacy programs, depending on what's the local need. But what they all have in common is that they use football as a tool, and that they are sustainable organizations that are embedded in their communities.
Why are events like today important?
I mean, events like today are important because they create landmarks in developments. I mean, we are networking every day, and we're trying to promote collaboration. I mean, meaningful collaboration and true partnership with the different sectors every day. But you still need sometimes the opportunity to. I mean, you often need this opportunity to put a face to an email. And to have really kind of quality time together, to really dig into the difficult questions, and to, I mean, at the end it's about trust building, if you want to promote collaboration, and this is just an important piece to meet up in an environment that allows enough time, beyond telephone, beyond email, beyond distance communication, to build the ground that allows then for partnerships.
You're speaking about difficulties. What issues do your partner organizations face?
I mean, the main difficulty of most of the partner organizations are funds, to have the resources to deliver to their potential. I mean, most of the organizations, they have such a potential, and the only, let's say, limiting factor for them to grow in terms of impact and scale what they are doing is financial resources. Sometimes it's skills, but I would rather put financial resources as priority one. And I mean, it sounds very blunt, but it's just a matter of fact that if you want to reach more and if you want to scale what you're doing, it is related sooner or later to financial investments. And that's, I mean, the collaboration approach, because we believe that the football industry currently is not leveraging its potential for the sake of using the power of football efficiently for social change. There's a sort of a disconnect between, let's say, the associated football, where there is a capital flow within the sector, you could call it also a bubble, which is not really connected to where the value of the football industry is generated, which is the fan base. So watching the games on television, going to the stadia, buying merchandise. So this is where we believe there is a responsibility in the football sector to connect with its fan base, with those who are, let's say, exposing themselves to football on an emotional level, on a football being a tool for saving lives level, or football just being, let's say, even entertainment. But there is something that has to be connected, which currently is disconnected.
Okay, you mentioned collaborations as well. What steps can be taken to gain better collaboration from businesses, from the government, to drive football for social change?
I mean, first of all, there has to be an awareness that football is a tool that can drive efficiently social change. So if we start from there, if there is an awareness, then there has to be, let's say, a readiness to really work together, which then needs a sort of a time investment, and the time investment of everybody involved, because networking is a time intense thing. It's not just happening in parallel to your normal things. It has to be core to what you're doing. You have to budget for it in terms of time and resources. And then it's just about understanding that you, as an individual organization or an individual football player or an individual institution, you're not in a position to solve any problem in this world. It's just the only way to get to that stage and to really making a difference is working together. So it's an understanding of that collaboration there's no other option than working together. But it has to be also rewarded by the environment, which is currently not happening.
You spoke about the disconnect between the elite of the game and more of the grassroots level. How can the modern game do more?
I think it's by recognizing that this responsibility is not a charity-driven approach, but it's core to the business itself. I think that if that mind shift happens, and the organized football or the associated football accepts this responsibility and starts thinking together with those who make football a tool for social change, then we have done the step that's necessary, I believe, in order to really leverage the beautiful game.
Brilliant. Jürgen, you've been speaking to footymatters.com. Why does footy matter to you?
I mean, why does footy matter to me, or why does football matter to me?
Why does football matter to you?
I mean, first of all, recognizing the importance of such a platform like Footy Matters. I mean, this is where there's an easy access to understand what's the potential of football for social change. So I really applaud the existence of Footy Matters. Secondly, football for me, I mean, it's nearly 20 years ago when Andrés Escobar was killed after scoring the own goal at the '94 World Cup in the United States. At that time, I lived in Colombia, and my wife was a photographer of the club where Andrés played football, so we knew him quite well. And this is something that's coming up in my mind every day, and was the reason why I started to look at football in this way. Before that, I was just a football consumer, as so many more people are. But since then, I very much believe, and obviously then the experience over the last 18 years in different scenarios, being it in Colombia, in Germany, or now on the global level, have shown me that and have promoted even more this conviction of football being much more than just a game.